Okay, welcome back to the coating video of the series. So you haven't been following along so far. We've fully decon washed the car, we've played it, we've iron removed it, two-stage polish, so the car is looking pretty dialed. We've just finished putting a glass coating on all the glass, so the final step is to put a coating on the paint, and we are good to go. If you look back 10 years ago, coatings were pretty scary. It's, in some cases it meant that if you got it wrong and if you got high spots, you had to sand back the coating off and then polish it again just to bring it back. But with coatings these days, they're super easy. If you do get high spots, if you catch them early enough, you can simply add a little bit more product and just wipe it away. Or if it has been left for a while, you can simply light polish it off and then start again. So it's super easy. Again, probably scared about it a couple of years ago, well, 10 years ago, and now there's absolutely no reason to be afraid of coatings there. They're super easy to apply, super easy to wipe off, and give you unbelievable results. Back from using a wax or a sealant where you had that really deep gloss look that was just you couldn't get with a coating. Now coatings these days, these give an unbelievable look to a paint as well. So basically, I've tried quite a few of the sealants on the market so far, but my favourite comes down to the combo of a Crystal Serum Light and the EXO. You can get other coatings out there like Geon and a few others that are just a single coat that work really well, but there's something about having that base coat of the Crystal Serum Light that can, if you look after it well, will last you 5 years. And then the ability to top it up every sort of 18 months with the EXO just gives you great flexibility in that every 18 months you can decon wash your car, get it dialed in, and then give it another coat of EXO and know that you're good to go. So that's why I love this combo, and I hope when you follow this video you love it too. So we're going to get stuck in. First step, we're going to go through with panel wipe down the entire car, get it ready so we can hit the whole car and coating in one go. Again, panel wipe, it's really strong stuff. It's stronger than your typical basically pre-panel wipe, like a razor, for example. A razor's pretty non-scary compared to this stuff. So rather than spraying it on the paint, we're just going to spray it directly into our multi-purpose towel and wipe down the entire car. Again, we're going back to our coating removal towel that we have at the Detail Formula website. Again, this towel's fantastic. It's a really low pile towel, a relatively inexpensive towel, which is great because you're going to want to either throw these away or use them for just other purposes. You'd never want to bring it back to the paint. The crystals in here will dry in the microfiber, meaning that if you bring it to paint, you are just basically going to introduce scratches to your paint. So, again, we're going to be using these towels. They do an awesome job to remove the residue, and time to get stuck in. So let's do it. So the panel wipe step is pretty simple. A couple of sprays onto your microfiber towel, and then just go through the car panel by panel. You see the alcohols in the panel wipe mean it evaporates very quickly. You can see it evaporating on the paint now. So really nice. Doesn't hang around. It's not going to leave any spots. Evaporates quickly. It's going to dissolve any of the polishing oils that are still on the paint. Going to dissolve any oils from your hands, and just leave the surface perfectly prepped, ready to receive our ceramic coating. So work your way through your car, and then you're ready for the next step. Okay, now that the whole car has been panel wiped, we know that the paint is prepared as best as possible for us to now put on the Crystal Serum Light. So the reason why we want to wipe down each of the panels, we want them to be as clean, free from any oils from hands, fingerprints, or any polishing residue left. We want all that to be gone. We want to have this surface fully ready to accept and bond as much as possible with the Crystal Serum Light. So now we've done that, we can be confident to say that this paint is in the best condition now for us to put this coating on. So to start with, basically you want to put, on your very first application, you want to put 3 pipette loads of the CSL onto the pad. So we're just going to put 3 of these on. And so this is going to ensure that the pad's fully basically primed and ready to go from the very start. So there's our 3 loads of the product. Now, it's important to note you want to close the bottle every time you put it down. If it's left out in the air for a while, it can crystallize in the bottle, and that's obviously what we don't. Obviously not what we want. So now the pad's ready, we're going to do our little section. Again, similar to polishing, you basically want to do a 2x2 area. Once you get confident, you can do a few more. This probably is pretty generous. It doesn't flash too quickly. So as you get confident, you can do bigger areas, but certainly start with, do that 2x2 area, get used to how it works, and then we're going to buff off with our 2 towels. But let's get into it. When applying the crystal serum light, we want to start with a line down the center of area and then work in horizontal directions off that. We then do one more pass and a crosshatch pattern to ensure we've covered every area of the paint, making sure the ceramic coating is evenly spread across our working area. Once we've finished putting the coating on that area, we're then going to use our 2 towel method. So you want to start with 2 clean microfiber towels. The first one, you're going to wipe off as much excess as you can, flip it over, and then get rid of the remaining. When removing the coating, you always want to work beyond the area which you've coated. This will ensure that any of the coating that you've now pushed outside that area is buffed off as well. You'll see that now that I've switched to my second towel, there is a slight area that I've missed with that first towel, and moving to that second towel, and make sure that I buff off any of the remaining coating. Therefore, there'll be no high spots left when I'm finished. Okay, now that is the layer of CSL on. We've left it for a couple of hours, so we're back now to put on the second coat, the coat of EXO. And it always gets me, just looking at it now. I've put on this coating a few times, obviously, and the depth of gloss always surprises me. It's epic. And then the slickness too, even when you're just, oh man, it's the slickness of it is just epic. Wiping it off, you can basically tell straight away how smooth it makes the paint and how slick the paint is. God, it's so slick. So, yeah, in my mind, CSL is still an absolute winner. It's so good. So, now the EXO step. EXO is slightly different. Basically, the same process of putting it on. You just want to leave it on for a little bit longer. Because we've got the CSL on it, it's going to try to reject it a little bit. So we're just going to leave it on a little bit longer. You'll basically see it blister and sweat, and then that's the time when you take it off. So with the CSL, it's basically put on, wipe off straight away. The EXO, we're going to basically put it on, leave it for about a minute. As soon as you see it start to sweat, that's when we're going to take it off, and we'll be into it. But otherwise, pretty similar process. Like I said, we've left it for 2 hours. We've let the CSL cure for 2 hours, and now time to put one coat of EXO on, and then we're done. This car's looking epic. So good. Right, that's us. Both coats done. The CSL and the EXO all applied, looking awesome. But it's nearly 12 o'clock, so that's another night this week working on the car past midnight. So we'll come back tomorrow, and we'll have a look and give you all an update then. But for now, yeah, it's been a long week, but God, it's been worth it. Yeah, time for me to go to bed though. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, next day. A little bit more energetic than I was last night at the end of it. It's been a pretty long week, but we're finally all done. Got up from work before, put the plates on the car, and she's looking pretty awesome. So now take her for a little drive, take some photos. Sun's coming down, so we're gonna take some good photos here, and yeah, we'll show you the finished result.